I'm trying something a little bit different today. My face is a little bit closer to the screen. Also, you'll notice that my collar's popped. Don't worry, it's not the normal state of affairs. It's mostly just so that I can get my lapel mic to be closer to my mouth for the audio. Today we're going to go ahead and keep working on all of the sets of the Scarlet and Violet era plus Crown Zenith that I'm working on master setting. I've already published a video on Crown Zenith, Scarlet and Violet base set, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, Scarlet and Violet 151, which is my priority set, and now we're moving on to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th set in the Scarlet and Violet era, which is Paradox Rift. And hard to believe that it was only 1, 2, 3 sets ago that this came out. It feels like it was just yesterday. And this set came out on the 3rd of November, so it was actually the last set in 2003, which is pretty wild. And this set has some awesome artwork in it. Now, if you've been following any of the investing PokeTubers out there, anyone who's like tracking the pricing, you'll notice that Paradox Rift, the pricing has crashed hard since it came out. About, what are we in, May? January, February, March, April, May. Boom, over half a year ago, and the prices have tanked, and there's been some big movements. For example, when this first came out, the Iron Valiant was the second most expensive card. The Goldango was up there, but now the Groudon has made some big moves, as has the Iron Hands. Iron Hands for the TCG, if I'm not mistaken, and Groudon because of the difficulty in PSA grading. I'm happy to say that I pulled the Groudon myself, and I picked up the Iron Hands in the USA for quite a cheap price when I was home for a recent visit, along with the Steelix, which I absolutely love. Oh man, what a card. And I think it's so cool to see Pokemon interacting with humans in the quote-unquote real world and contributing to society and working, right? Pretty dope. But yeah, absolutely amazing set. I also picked up the Gimmighoul in the USA for a nice cheap price. So I got the Gimmighoul, the Steelix, and the Iron Hands in the States. Everything else I picked up from one booster box and 2 ETBs. And for this set, the Paradox Rift set came out with 2 separate ETBs. I picked up one of each for the promo cards and for the packs, and 1 booster box, plus the 3 cards I got in the USA. I tracked it all in this Google sheet, right? Not Excel, but Google sheet that I've made myself. And you'll see all the way down at the bottom, I've got exactly 61% of a master set and about 67% of a normal set, which is a set that does not include the reverse holos. Now, for my master set, I do include the energy cards, and I also include the promos that you can get from the sealed product, for example, the ETBs, 3-pack blisters, things like that. Otherwise, for this particular set, I don't care about the Pokemon Center stamped promo. I don't care about anything else. This is my master set, and this is how I'm defining it for Paradox Rift. You're welcome to define your master set however you want to. I'm not going to stop you. But I do want to encourage you and help you in your master setting tracking. So I've taken and will take this document, this Google Sheet, and make it available on my Buy me a coffee page where you can come and support the work that I'm doing. Here, if you go to the shop, you'll see that all of the master set checklists for the sets that I've already made videos on, Crown Zenith, Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, 151, soon to be Paradox Rift, Paldean Fates, the newest one that came out, Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade, all of them I'm going to pop up here. You can download them for free, all right? I don't want anything for these. I just want to help support, and you can start tracking your master set. With that said, let's hop into my Vault X binder, 12-pocket Vault X binder, which I use for all of my master sets, and see what it looks like after 1 booster box and 2 ETBs. I will say that of all of the Vault X binders, I think this one has the coolest color combo, especially on the trim here, with that rainbow coloring going all the way around, with the white part on the zipper and the blue on the inside. It looks really, really good. Now, as for the set, you'll see here that, as per usual, when I have an EX card, I put a spacer after it so that I can maintain the 2-2-2-2-2-2 pattern of the regular card and the reverse holo. And I will say that I, generally speaking, find 2 ETBs on a set to be a bit of a money grab Pokemon, it is nice to have the 2 different sleeves that come from each one of the ETBs so that I can color match the sleeves, right, and the spacers with the color of the set where they need to be put into the binder. And they can either match the color, right, red for the fire, or they can contrast and make it pop a little bit more, right? So cool to have the options for the spacers and the 2 different sleeves. However, I would prefer there to be 1 ETB per set so that it would be cheaper to collect. Now, I will say one of my absolute favorite cards of the entire set is this Wiglet. It is so dope looking, and they really put a lot of effort into all of the Wiglet cards. I think that one in particular looks really, really good, as does a lot of the art in the set. And I'm not talking just the illustration rares. Also, regular cards such as this Latios look amazing. This Oricorio looks really cool. This Tapu Koko looks pretty dope. These guys down here, these little Halloween pumpkin looking dudes, look really cool too. Nope, here we go. I skipped a page, and what a pity, because Tinkatuff, Tinkaton, Tinkatank, all these guys look really cool. Gimme Ghoul, one of my new favorites. OG Onyx in the house. I mean, these cards look absolutely fantastic. And I've said it in other videos, there's nothing you could really say about the artwork in the Scarlet and Violet era. It's really, really strong, even in regular common, uncommon EX cards. However, it is, of course, wait for it, one more page, I think. No, even one more page. It's the illustration rares that are super, super special. And I mentioned it before, I'm happy to say that I pulled this Groudon out of the booster box, and it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I don't really see any print lines. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Nice PSA candidate, possibly. Now, I've never actually sent a card into PSA for grading, but if I did, this Groudon would 100% be one of the candidates going in. I mentioned the Steelix. Love this card. Absolutely beautiful, cool card. And you're going to notice of 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 pages of the illustration rares, ultra rares, special illustration rares, hyper rares. This is empty, and these sets are gigantic. I mentioned it earlier, but there's something like 446 cards in this master set in total. And this binder only has room for 480 of them. And if you include all of those spacers that I'm putting in, by the time you include the promos and whatnot, all I have left is room on this last page for a little bit of sleeve art, and of course a copy of one of the booklets that come in the ETB. Now, this is a huge set. It's a beautiful set. Some of the illustration rares and some of the special illustration rares like this, if I can pull it out of the binder, like this Iron Hands, are really, really cool cards, and it's a fun set to collect, and I'm looking forward to mastering this one someday in the future. Hopefully not too far into the future, because the prices of Paradox Rift have gone down significantly, and I already have the Groudon, I already have the Iron Hands, I have 2 of the more expensive ones in the set. So for me personally, this, I mean, if I wasn't so focused on 151 and Crown Zenith, this would be a really good candidate for me to start buying up the singles while they are on the cheap. We've got 2 more sets to go in my, introductory Kickstarter Master Set Status Collection video, Paldean Fates and Temporal Forces. And then, within 2 weeks or so, another set is coming out, Twilight Masquerade, which I'm pretty excited about. But man, Pokemon Company, give me a second to breathe, please. I'm barely getting these sets into the binders and organized, and already a new one's coming out. C'est la vie. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you into the next video. Ciao.